another impelling idea. First off, all praise to the Almighty Yahweh God and Him alone. Um, I was thinking, right? So, have you ever had like this, like a random thought, right? And the thought was a memory of like old, as you was like maybe young. You know what I'm saying? And the more you contemplate it on that, that thought, that memory starts to come into flourishance, right? To even the point where you can feel the emotions and stuff that you had. And I was thinking like, well, the only way that a person would do that would where they would be that deep into whatever they was thinking about or remembering. It would be they would have to remember and like keep remembering. You know what I'm saying as they go. So that's why I, that's why I wanted to show you something. Okay, so Deuteronomy 8:1-2 says, I'm trying to read it. Can't really see. Sorry about that. Uh, all the commandments which I command thee this day. Okay, hold on, Slakia. Okay, yeah. All of the commandments which I command thee this day, uh, shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yahweh swears unto your fathers. So he swore certain things. And we understand that. We do know that, Yahweh has made a covenant with us. And, I'll get into that a little bit. So, but we have to remember the covenant, right? Remember him. So it says, and thou shalt remember all the way which Yah Elohim led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee to know that was in thy heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. See, I want to stop and I want to say something, right? Um, I see like the world is jobs are up and down, prices, gas, bills and stuff like that, and us as Israelites, a lot of us it's kind of hard for us to manage a lot. You know what I'm saying? So we start to think to ourselves like, well, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna pay this? How I gotta, I can't do what I used to anymore. But it may sound like, look, I ain't gonna say, well, I'm just gonna say this. Most High puts you through things. Yeah, look, right here, he said in Deuteronomy 20 and Deuteronomy 8:2, he said, and thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh the Elohim led thee these 40 years in the wilderness. Now we know them 40 years wasn't easy, you know. And he said to humble you and to prove he want to see will you actually still trust in him, right? Let me try to keep going. Uh, Deuteronomy 8:5-6, right? Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasts his son, so Yahweh the Elohim chasts thee. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of Yahweh the Elohim, to walk in his ways and to fear him. That 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 chapter, that verse 8, that verse 5 and 6, it's it's something that we actually need to do, because remember in Isaiah, he says that we don't consider. But it's not that we don't have the ability to, because Yahweh told us right here in verse 5, thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as a man chastens his son, so Yahweh the Elohim chastens you. If you're not going, I was talking to my wife, right? And I was saying, you know, if what we were saying, if a person ain't going through no, trials and tribulations, and, you know, they're not going through no hardships, especially if you in this real truth of following the Most High and Him only. Um, if you're not going through nothing, then well, I'm not saying it. It says that so Yahweh, your Elohim will chastise you, just like his father would his son, because you, if you know, sport a rod, spare the child, right? Let me see. Uh, Shalom. Hey, baby. Um. Okay, so I want to, go to verse 7. For Yahweh thy Elohim bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brook of water and fountain, and depths that spring out of the valleys and hills. And you know, our people might be like, well, this not I don't this land is not good. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here either. But that we not in that time right now. We here to fulfill what Yahweh had already had put forth out his mouth if our ancestors didn't, keep the covenant. And like I said, I got a scripture on that too. So here's the warning. Verse 11. Skip down to 11. He says, "Beware that thou forget not Yahweh thy Elohim, and not keeping his commandments and judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day." I just want to say something before I even keep going on. No, I just I'm keep that to myself, right? It say, "Lest when thou hast eaten and art full and has uh, built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast multiplied, then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget Yahweh thy Elohim." See, this what all right, let me share something with you, okay? I want you to know that when you going through uh it shows like even financial stuff, right? When you going through these things and you trying to push, you're not even thinking about, well, I got to get this money real fast, so I forgot to pray today, I forgot to read, I forgot to acknowledge Yahweh and everything that I do today because I'm just stressed out. And then things start to get worse. The reason why is because right here, you've already forgotten him. But say for instance, you know you remember, and then Yahweh will bless you. You stay remembering his word, his statutes and his judgments, and then he blesses you. Guess what? This is what you got to be aware of. He says in verse 14 of Deuteronomy 8, "Then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget Yahweh thy Elohim, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage." Right? But he's telling you, "But you shall remember Yahweh your Elohim, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day." You see, he says to us in verse 18 once again that he gives us the power to get wealth. You're not about to listen, especially if you didn't already made this covenant in your heart. Yeah, well, I'm gonna follow you. Guess what? You're not gonna do. You might as well give it up, bro. If you think that you actually gonna prosper, because Yahweh says it's me that give you the power to get the wealth, and all that you do acknowledge the Most High. And and just off a little bit. What is this appellant idea? I just want to say, I think people I think like people got a problem with acknowledging the Most High, to the point where they'll be like, if you say to them, yeah, I know that, yeah, I can see the Most High bless you, and halal Yahweh for that, and you start to see that they're not acknowledging Yahweh as much as they should be, as much as they used to. They might get mad at you, but we are in this. We are all in this together. Even though we are individual men, as a nation, we in this together, right? So it's my job, to try to, to tell a person to don't forget him. Okay, at 19 it says, and it shall be, if thou do at all forget Yahweh your Allah and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that you shall surely perish. That goes right back up to 18 when I was trying to show you, and when I was, trying to show you right here at 18 that it says that, he gives you the power to get the wealth. But if you done made this covenant with him, guess what? And you trying to do something that he's not approving of, it's not gonna work. We gotta understand that as a as a man and as a woman. You know what I'm saying? We gotta understand that Most High is like actually here. He's here for us. He's hold up. Let me see. I'm just gonna keep them in order so I don't get off topic. All right, right. So Numbers 23. Okay, we're gonna read a little bit of Numbers, and I wanna because we know in Numbers around this chapter in 23 you got Balak and Balaam. Uh, Balak wants to put a curse on Israel. You know, and he's telling him to go to Yahweh and do it. And Yahweh's telling him, nah. Well, of course not. But anyway, after so many times, this guy has, he's like almost badgering Balaam. So Balaam, when we go to the 19th verse, right, in Numbers 23, it says, Yahweh is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? I have received commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. Nobody can. You can run to the white man. You can go get as many side hustles that you want, but if you're not applying your everyday life with Yahweh, then it's not gonna it's not gonna work. And the reason why is because you're not believing what Yahweh says. Even Balaam knew, and he wasn't even Israel. He knew that whatever Yahweh says, you might as well cash it to the bank. You see what I'm saying? Because we know in Psalms 72 it says, "He shall judge the poor of the people, and he shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor." This is not me saying this. You know, get we have to get out of this mind frame that if we don't, and con justice, we have to do what Deuteronomy 6:4 says, the whole chapter 6. Yes, con, and we got to see that the Most High is not just he's not gonna go void on his word. You know, sometimes I sit here and I ask myself questions like, why is it I gotta go through something that I ain't even have no part of, you know? But then again, who am I to question the Most High? Because if he said is if everything went perfect in Israel and Yahshua, then everybody would believe in Yahweh. It wouldn't be no idolaters, nothing. But the only way that he can test us is by maybe taking stuff away, giving us stuff. But he judges the poor of the people, period. There's nobody else. So, we're thinking ourselves, I got to get this money. I got this going to happen if you know what I'm saying? But, well, we know who the poor is that he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? He helps us. But sometimes I do kind of think to myself like, man, I ain't do nothing, but watch this. Then you start questioning the Most High, because when you question when you start, but when you believe He'll do the good, but you believe that the bad shouldn't be the curses shouldn't be put on you, even. But once again, I'm gonna get down to how it's easy actually to break the curses, and we also have to understand that David talks about. I mean, he talks about all this. Okay, all right. So down here, back at 72:4, at the end, he say, "And he shall break in pieces the oppressor." You see, but that's why Proverbs 3:31 says, "Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways." Why? For the forward is an abomination to Yahweh, but his secret is with the righteous. You see, if Yahweh is saying that the oppressor is basically of a forward heart, then he's an abomination. Why are we out here? We got to be careful sometimes, because we'll look at our life and we say, yes, it's been, life has been better since I've been following the Most High. And then we'll look at the enemy, the oppressors, and we'll see they got the man, like, yeah, they got everything that you could desire. And now, you start to envy them, and then you start to what well I'm gonna say it like this. What happens is, what happens is the same thing that happens to who that happened to you from your ancestors. It happens to your children from you. I'm gonna show you Proverbs 3:31, and I mean Proverbs 33, right? It says, "The curse of Yahweh is in the house of the wicked, but He blesseth the habitation of the just." I understand a lot of us, we don't feel like it's fair that we got to go through this stuff. You know, it's talents and stuff that I have, and I shoot, I could have, and it's like, well, but the curse of Yahweh would have been in my house, with my children and my children's children. Why? Because I've been just like the oppressor, or envying the oppressor, you know. And this is okay. Impelling idea. If you in doubt or don't think it's fair that you got to go through what your ancestors went through, but you do understand that you are an Israelite, and you looking to get up out the curses, but you still don't think it's fair. Well, hey, I'll say, well, David right here is, or Solomon, probably Solomon, saying the curse of Yahweh is in the house of the wicked. So that means, if you're wicked, your house is going to be wicked, then the curses are still going to come. So, but you can do something different, and that's be just, of a just heart, because that's how you get the blessings. We have blessings and curses, he told us. Psalm 73:1 says, "Truly Yahweh is good to Yasharal, even to such as are of clean heart." See, now we're getting to the blessings. Let's go to verse 2. "But as for me, now I want to show you something." No, mind, let's keep going. "But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the." Now this is King David. Or no, hold up. This is Asaph. But um, it's still a psalm, okay? Well, anyway, it says, "But as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." This is what happens. This is where I'm trying to get to with whoever's watching this, right? When we envy when we envy the oppressor, we forget the Most High. We totally forget that it is Him that gives us everything that we need. You know, now when I say wealth, I'm not talking about just money. You see what I'm saying? Shoot, wealth is if you behind on a bill and some type of way you get paid, you know, we are in a place where, you know, not too many people like us, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. So verse 24, 23 and 24, it says, nevertheless, I am continually with thee, that thou hast holden me by my right hand. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory. Now let's take a look at this as a whole, okay? He says, but as for me, my feet were almost gone. He almost messed up. He almost slipped away. Why? For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. We forget, man, we literally forget to ask. We literally forget to keep our mind on the Most High because we out here chasing. Like I said, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about anything that you desire. And if you don't have the Most High, you know, in your life, then all that stuff is it's in vain. You know what I'm saying? See, cause look at verse 24, Psalms 73, verse 24. He says, thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory. You see? Now, you know why you know why he started to understand this? Because he started to see that these 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 wicked people, that you know were the oppressors, and however what they're he's a kind of appalled. You know, we all get to that point where we like, you know, Yahweh, I understand you create good and evil, but can you explain to me why these wicked people get to have no worries about anything while I sit here and in want of everything? When it's night, I wish it was day. When it was day, I wish it was night. But he started to understand that uh when when these people are doing something totally different than what the Most High says, then they're against Proverbs 22, right? Because it says, rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. These are what people do. These are what they're actually doing right now as we speak. But still, this is what the wicked do, right? But so apparently, somewhere down the line, if you really have your mind set on the Most High, then guess what you're gonna do? Guess what's gonna happen? Um, when you start to slip, you'll contemplate your downfall. You know what I'm saying? You'll contemplate this stuff, and you'll say, "No, I don't." Well, I'm starting to see. I want to rob the poor. You know, I don't care about my brethren anymore. I don't care about what. I don't care if I'm gonna put the cash app back up there because you know I got to eat somehow. But you know, um, that stuff won't last, man. Not that stuff ain't gonna last, bro. We got to put all our trust in Yahweh and remember Him daily. Remember, bro. Verse 23 in Proverbs 22, for Yahweh will plead the cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. You know, I mean, it's right there. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go, lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. We wonder why We see a lot of brothers and sisters, falling away, can't drop the idols, you know, all of these different things because they forgot the Most High. How do they forget him? Because one thing we do is we want to be like the other nations. You see what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, we trapped. We done got into a bind where now hey, you don't even think if forgiveness and repentance is even possible. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this. Hold on. Would say, baby. People need to stop asking why this and why that. Just be obedient and learn and lean not on your own understanding. Like Proverbs 3:5, 6. It kind. That's the hard part about. I don't know why it's so hard for people to do that, but they I don't know. It's weird. But let's take a look at Proverbs 19:3 and 4. The foolishness of a man perverted his way, and his heart fretted against Yahweh. You see, now watch this. And wealth make many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. You know, I I used to hear. You remember that song by Mike Jones? Back then they didn't want me, and now I'm hot. They all on me, right? It's like they took that out of here and applied it in a wicked way to say, you know, gain what the world calls money, wealth, or whatever, and life would be better for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand that. Now, once again, I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about like I said before. I'm talking about that you anything that can cause you to forget the Most High and want to fret against Him. Anything, you know. And I know it's been a minute since I've done one of these. Um, but just remember, bro. Don't let nobody, no situation, no downfall, no goal separate you from Yahweh. He's not gonna allow you to wake up knowing you an Israelite for a short amount of time and just throw everything down there to you and say, all right, here go here. No, you gotta work for this, man. And I'm not talking about no videos. I'm not talking about I'm talking about you, your family. Hold on, where is this at? Once again, we want to get out of this. If we want to get out of this Proverbs 3:31, the curse of Yahweh is in the house of the wicked, but he blessed the habitations of the just. If we want to really get out them curses, then we got to learn to have a just heart. Learn. I'm not talking about, I read it, and I found out some good information, and I got some understanding of. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about keeping your mind keeping your mind stayed on Him, because He said He'd give you a perfect peace. Isaiah, it was in the book of Isaiah. That's there too. Dang, I'm kind of mad because I think I know that I don't want to say the wrong verse, but it's in Isaiah. He said He'll keep you in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, stayed on Him. 26:3. Okay, there you go. Thank you, love. But we have to, as a not just as a individual, but as a nation, we got to learn to lean on Most High. You can't say you believe that Yahweh is one, but all of these situations out here, you gonna handle this on your own, but you know he got all control of it. That's foolish, bro. Sis, just remember, keep him in your. Don't don't try to find a way out of depending on him. Don't let nobody tell you, uh, stop trying to live by what's in the book. You already part of the book, bro. You it is no. I don't care if a person decide they want to. I don't want to be Israel no more. Okay, you still can't escape nothing. You can't escape the curse, bro. All right. I know I'm an Israelite, and I'm gonna do this one thing. Is I know it's I'm gonna do this one lick. It's gonna go smooth, and after that, I'm gonna keep. It's gonna be. I'm gonna ask for repentance and let Yahweh just deal with it. It's gonna perish, bro. See, the Most High needs he wants to what's that word? Like sanitize us in a way. You know what I'm saying? He wants to cleanse us from everything. That means if you're not supposed to take, if the Most High tell you go to this land, go do this, you know what I'm saying? Go kill the wicked, but don't take none of their possessions or nothing like that. Didn't that happen already in Joshua or Judges? You see, and now there's a cursed thing among us as a whole, but also as an individual. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't taking nothing from the heathen. I'm earning it. But are you earning it? But as you earning it, is your mind still on the Most High? Are you keeping His commandments? Are you studying? Are you still trying to uh keep a relationship with Him, or are you just taking it in vain and just understanding you can't break you know you don't want to I'm gonna acknowledge him afterwards, but right now I got to get to it because he ain't doing it for me. But I done read so many uh scriptures that show you that he gives you the power to do this stuff. But even if it's wicked, bro, you ain't gonna it ain't gonna flourish, man. But anyway, I just wanted to let people know, it's a little bit of encouragement words, you know what I'm saying? Remember, bro, remember, keep him in all that you do. Don't budge, don't move. Don't let nobody tell you that that too much is for the Most High. Don't let nobody tell you that the God of that Bible is not the God of you and your ancestors. Don't you always make sure that you remember him in everything that you do, and then he'll direct your paths. Then he'll direct it, not another, you know what I'm saying, not another possible way besides that. Yep. And nothing is too great for you, the Most High. So anyway, yeah, I guess I just tapped in to just get you, give you a little something, something. Remember, bro, I pray the Most High blesses you and keep you in perfect peace. She's your brother, His will. Another impelling idea. So long.